Hello all. This, of course, is the Cantina action scene by AMT, Star Wars. And if anybody has ever bought that, they're probably, maybe like me, sort of happy with it, but overall not greatly, wildly excited. And the reason being is it is a great kit. However, you can't use it with your own figures, and the figures it does come with are rather small, about the size of Luke Skywalker's hand he lost. Doesn't work for me. Too small to paint, too small to mess with. However, the AMT Cantina scene did give me some concepts of how and what I would like in a cantina of my own. And first off, it would be one that would accommodate my figures. And whoa, looks like we got one down here at the bar already. You know, you can't get workmen to stay off the bottle. Let me get him up here. There he is. This gives you an idea of the scale. So I wanted a good scale for my figures to be able to use day in, day out, and any of the configurations that I'll have. This bar scene that I have started, you can see how far I've gotten, which is not real far. However, you can easily see I'm using 1-inch foam core and an 1/8 of an inch foam board, the white part. You can see on the bar it's sort of exploded out. I'm just sort of laid things in here so you can get an idea of where I'm going and what I'm trying to accomplish. The side booths on this side, one of them, of course, is going to have Han Solo and Greedo in their great shootout. And over here on the other side is the band. On the far left will be located another small booth. And you can see, to accommodate the band, I've made my booth just a little bit smaller. I laid some back walls where they go. And atop here, I laid up here as a reminder of what I want to do to have the light part over the bar. This foam core works wonderfully. Of course, you're going to need the tools to use to cut it and to, shape it the way you need it. And this is just a few examples of some of the things that you need to get. And out of all the cutting tools I'm using, this long knife, as long as I keep it sharp, is really a blessing. You need a good right angle and a compass also to accomplish what you're doing. Now, as far as some other products over here I'd like to mention, number one is the Crafter's Pick, the Ultimate Glue, which I cannot get enough of. I love this. And the other one is Foamtastic, which will glue the foam core to foam core. However, the Ultimate will do the same thing. Also laying over here, you see something called Alex Fast Dry. This is a silicone caulking that can be applied to the walls very smoothly and thinly, and then using sponges, go ahead and give the walls the texture, and we'll be explaining all those things, to how to go about that. Other than those types of products, we have some paper here that we can use to accommodate the walls. Let me come in here close so you can see there's the walls for the major arches I'm using that for, and I'll use it for the front. However, for the arches on the inside, the smaller ones, I'm going to use, I'll pick up some old beat up used placemats and cut those out, because they'll roll and work very, very nicely, and they glue well too. Have some frosted plastic here to use on the windows of the set too. So anyhow, you can see I haven't gone real far yet, but enough to start cobbling things together and to give you an idea of what might be good for you to go ahead and get, just to get started and start going through your junk drawers, because I've got some items over here that I just started pulling out that I thought might look nice in the set. The bigger black piece will go in the electrical room. The small boxes, I'm not too sure. I'll be doing some of the lights with these smaller little switches and so forth. And the tea lights, I'll be building the tables to put those in. The electrical cord, I figure I might use that for some trim. I'm not real sure. But anyhow, it's just a few things put together for now. One thing I always like to do is make an example of something I'm going to do for a big project, which I did with this smaller booth. This booth here was built mainly to practice and to see how my paints would turn out, how the spackling would go, what I'd want to change. And there's plenty, believe me, there's plenty that I want to change from this model, but the model turned out to be perfect as an example of where I am and what I need to do. You can see here too, I have a master that I cut out, and I have several masters. It's always good to do that because you never know if something gets broken, you need to build it again or do it again. But for all the effort I put into this so far, probably the most has been just getting the materials together. I will come back again, and the next video will show and demonstrate how to do these internal booths with the curved ceilings, and also how to start hooking some of these things together once we're all done with magnets, so that we can take it down, take it apart, and store it when we're not using it with our action figures. In the meantime, what you need to do is just understand that soon you're going to have a place to put your figures, a place that's big enough to accommodate them and not just be as big as Luke Skywalker's hand. I will see you soon.